90 Wolf. Watch the safety creep. Get.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last. Year.
Number 22, Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier. Zach Cunningham on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, 7. 5.
3rd and 2, Greer. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
15 line. 15 line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line.
It's just me and you.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0.
Panthers 7, Texans nothing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
On 2nd and 9, Watson, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
Where's that? T. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the gun, here's Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Greer, he's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Greer. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Texans take over at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Watson now to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Fuller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
You ready? Mike 37. Too little, got that. X3. 218, chop it. That's what. 5.
On first and 10, Greer. And right side, caught Hogan. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
18 Gator. Hey, Alpha. 2.
Throwing on third down, Greer. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 21-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Let's go, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down throw. Watson, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Brian Burns gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. Alert, alert! Hey, get away! Kill! Hey, turn it up, turn it up!
Now Watson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On the right side, this is Miller. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, they're scared, they're scared!
2 points down, he's coming.
Mike 5-4.
Hey, 54!
Now watch one. Switch it, come on, switch it.
Alert!
Protect the backer.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Watch the curl.
To the air yet again. Watson. Throw left side complete to QT. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
54 Mike.
Here we go on 4th. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Forced out to his left. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
First down.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Check tight.
Ready?
1st down, Greer. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike 54. It's our time.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Take 4, take 4.
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Bring it.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
37's the Mike 37.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. After the run, Greer going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Check 9.
Check 9.
To the floor.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 24.
Check 99. Check 24. Check 24.
Watson operating from the gun. And incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. The hookup on the right side to Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Watson. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Deshaun Watson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Christian McCaffrey on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready. 70, Indy.
I don't think you got it, son.
Now a first down throw, Greer. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. A big play there from McCaffrey. 51 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Check 37. Check 37.
Blue draw quarters.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Set the tone, D.
Leo.
Let's go. Rush in.
Here's Greer now on 2nd down. And he's got it. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Down. 8, read.
I'm coming. Watch out.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Back now in Houston, it's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
There we go. 37's the
Now Greer on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watson, and he's going to have the hook up to QT. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Steps away to his left. And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, here is Greer. And he's got his target. That's more. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
He's letting this one go, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And Greer's going to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They needed 15. They got 15. And a good mark to boot. It's 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. On 1st down, it's Greer. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards on the pickup there.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being concerned. Oh, now Greer, he fumbled the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed.